Well, hello there, and thank you for joining me for another broadcast of God's podcast. I am your host, God is Gracious, and my subject today is Do Not Cast Your Pearls Before Swine. This is Matthew 7:6, which reads, Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under feet and turn and tear you to pieces. Again, Matthew 7:6, which reads, Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. Although this may come out as harsh, it is a crucial idea for the man or woman of God's holiness. The Christian with moral principles may find it challenging to discern when to speak and when to remain silent. Some people are so resistant to the truth that sharing it with them simply feeds their skepticism, their doubt, their unbelief. This is in line with what Jesus instructed the disciples to do before announcing their missionary journey in Luke 10:10 through 11. They were told to move beyond the people who rejected their message and keep going until they found a place where the gospel would flourish. Jesus never sought or begged people. He only ever pushed them to follow him. Those with hearing ears can hear. Those who won't have, those who won't have their sight. Forgive me for that. Those who won't have their sight, even though they merit our prayers and love, it is equally right to search elsewhere for the ideal places to scatter our pearls and plant our seeds. This frees us from having to deal with non-believers in our life. Only God is responsible for them, and even He cannot prevent someone from exercising their free will to ignore, run from, or even turn and rip at the truth teller. As followers of Jesus, we are accountable to everyone for how we live and the truth we declare. It suffices for a soul to have heard the gospel and comprehend the decision they make to reject it. Let's take a brief look at three key parts of Matthew 7:6, beginning with number 1, which reads, Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. Pigs and dogs are both dirty creatures. Although it may sound harsh, the symbolism means that those who have forsaken God and his people are neither holy nor pure. Secondly, which reads, If you do, they may trample them under their feet. The gospel should be shared with everyone. But the children of Satan, John 8:44, will only trample the truth and wage war against God and the things of God's kingdom. When an atheist who rejects God, even if they are aware of the truth, hears the gospel, they become incensed. You might be trampled by them according to Christ. The term swine can also refer to something indifferent. Either way, it's time to move on to more productive ground. And lastly, number 3, which reads, and turn and tear you to pieces. There will undoubtedly be a range of severity for this. Some people will only glare and criticize the truth teller verbally. Others have killed prophets and preachers after viciously persecuting them. Food for thought for the man and woman of God. Also, the Word of God. So again, this has been another brief broadcast of God's podcast with your host, God is Gracious. We have just looked at Matthew 7:6. Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and then turn and tear you to pieces. So, in other words, when sharing the gospel, again, to the children of God, the followers of Christ, when sharing the gospel, if the persons or people you're sharing it with do not want to hear it, then no worries. Just go on to the next group. That is what is being said here. So again, thank you so much for joining me for this brief broadcast. And until next time, you, your family, and friends be blessed and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye now.